Alright, good evening. I have to do two shows in one tonight because for some reason I didn't upload last week's review of America's Next Top Model. So tonight I will be talking about episode 3 and tonight's episode 4. So, quick recap of last week. Last time on America's Next Top Model, Victoria was the top photo and from the week before and was able to use the suite, but she chose not to share it with anybody, which was very strange. Not strange if you know Victoria, but strange that she wouldn't even try to make some friends. So that was a little weird. The main focus of the night, because there's always a relationship focus, was the fact that Kristen is pretty horrible. So I still can't figure out why everyone on social media keeps giving her high scores. Her photos are they're okay. But she's horrendous on the show, so I wouldn't give it to her just for that. So last week's challenge was they were given like a character style that they had to exude while walking down a street of possibly people they didn't know. I'm not entirely sure if the street was aware what they were doing or not, but Victoria got like food thrown in her face, so maybe not. Anyway, the winner of that challenge was Yvonne for portraying this her rap star persona. I think it was Yvonne. I'm having like a doubt that it wasn't Yvonne, but I'm pretty sure it was. So anyway, Yvonne won, I think. I'm starting to doubt myself because Kiara's won two challenges and I can't remember which two she won. Anyway, so then their photo shoot was a zombie theme, which of course is huge right now. Zombies are everywhere. So um, and they were like in a neighborhood and they had to act like a zombie, pose like a zombie. So Laura won that, and the bottom two ended up being Yvonne again and Destiny. So this was Yvonne's second time, as I just said, in the bottom, and Destiny's first, I think, but Yvonne got saved by her social media scores, which were slightly higher than Destiny's, so Destiny was gone. So tonight's episode focused on the relationship between Laura and Layla because since Layla won like the first time, she asked Laura to share the suite with her. And if you'll remember, Laura was like, "Oh, what's she getting at? What's her game?" But Layla just wanted to be friends with someone. So tonight's whole thing was everyone was feeling like Layla was stalking Laura or obsessed with her. And Laura decides that she's going to share the suite with Kristen. What? Why is it tonight no one except Layla was mentioning how horrible Kristen is, and Laura even wanted to be her friend and get her in the suite? What's up with that? I'm not quite sure why suddenly Kristen is someone you'd want to roommate with, but apparently Laura's all down with that. So Layla was hurt and was told by Kiera that everyone was talking about how she was obsessed with Laura, and then she confronted Laura, and then Laura started crying, and Layla was crying, and Victoria was looking confused as usual because she's not used to social situations. So it was kind of funny. Um, the challenge tonight involved singer Alicia Keys and her foundation. Uh, I wrote it down. What was it called? Keep a Child Alive, because I kept thinking it was called Save the Children. It was called Keep a Child Alive, and it supplies medicine to children and their families who are suffering from AIDS, who can't afford it. So quite a nice charity, very worthwhile. And they were going to runway walk Mara Hoffman's designs, and then if they won, they'd get the usual 10,000 in their bank account, the winner of the challenge, and they got to take a friend, to Alicia's concert, which is for her album Girl on Fire, which was the title of this episode, by the way. But Girl on Fire is Katniss from Hunger Games, so I don't know if Alicia Keys borrowed that because Hunger Games is so in right now, or she thought it was unique. But Girl on Fire is well known to be the outfit that Katniss wears and what she's called in the first Hunger Games novel. So um, Whoa, Alicia, I hope you got permission to use that. So, so they did the challenge, and the walking was okay. I wasn't a big fan of some of the designs tonight, but there were a few dresses I was like, I wouldn't mind wearing that. And for some reason, all the models had to like do something with the dude sitting on the end of the runway, like ruffle his hair, put a hat on his head. It's kind of stupid, but whatever. I think the worst moment was when Layla was walking down and she seemed to think she had an awesome walk, and Tyra, who'd already belittled her walk in the previous clips, was now yelling during the fashion show, use your arms, Layla, use your arms. I don't really think it's that great of Tyra to be sitting in the front row screaming at her models. So, and Kelly Catrone said, I'll kill you if you don't do good, and you embarrass me, the client I've worked with for 10 years. So she was happy with them in the end. Laura was in charge of figuring out who was gonna, what the look was gonna be like. So I don't know who put her in charge. Maybe just because she won the last photo, but she wasn't very direct in her leadership, and she basically wanted big hair and smoky gold eyes, which I saw none of in the actual fashion walk. I didn't see really what she had said, so it was kind of dumb. I don't know what that point of having the models in charge of all that was. But the whole point was, if you had the best dress and people bid on it the highest, you would win the challenge. So in the end, Kiera won the challenge. She was a huge is a huge fan of Alicia Keys, so she was super excited. The other two runners up were Victoria and Laura. I really liked Victoria's dress, and she rocked that walk, even though she's a little bit off socially. So that was cool, and she picked Nastasia. Kiera picked Nastasia to go with her to Alicia Keys' concert, which they haven't gone to yet, according to the show. So Alyssa was quite shocked to find that she had the lowest score, and my first thought was, who's Alyssa? So really, like, Alyssa has not stood out for me. I forget that she exists. I don't know what she's doing. I can't tell her, I don't even see her in the clips. She's one of those people that you just don't even know is there. So Layla got a 6, so she wasn't too happy, especially since she's one of the top contenders. So Jonte, the guy from I think the pole dancing competition from before, is back, and they're going to be thrown in the air for their photo shoot like cheerleaders, and they have to pose. So I found this very difficult challenge and a little bit stupid because, first of all, if I'm going to be jumping in a cheerleader shot, I want a trampoline below me so I can control the way that it go in the air. This one, the guys would toss her up, and these guys must have been so tired by the end. They had to toss so many people in the air and catch them, and one guy got nailed in the head. So at panel, well, many people had problems with their photo shoot. There was only a few that actually did well. But at panel, they showed the photos, and my favorites were, I hate to say this, I liked Kristen's photo, even though she had an advantage being a cheerleader, and I don't like her. She had this really cool, like, pose where she was, like, straight in the air. It was pretty cool. So I liked that one. Nastasia had a really good one where her legs were, like, totally, like, in this crazy, like, V shape. And Yvonne actually pulled off a nice looking photo, because when she was doing her shoot, I thought for sure there's no way her photo's going to look good, but it did. So, top photo of the week went to Nastasia. Laura got second. What? Her photo wasn't even good. Her face didn't look good at all. I don't know why the judges gave her such high marks. It was kind of ridiculous. Number 3 was Kristen. 4th was Kiera. 5th was Victoria. Then Yvonne. Then the mysterious Alyssa, who I never remember. And then the bottom 2 were Brittany and Layla. And Brittany is not someone I enjoy photographed. She's just not, I don't know. When she said she was going to Disney College, I could see her being Snow White with the wig and everything, but I thought for sure that she should go, but to my horror, they Layla got the lowest score, so she was given the boot. And I was not happy. And neither was that little social media guy whose name I can't remember at the moment. He was crying and saying, "She was my favorite." Yeah, I can't believe it either. I think it's ridiculous, which is why I don't like the social media scoring. It's absolutely stupid. Um, so Layla is out, but she has a chance to come back, and I really hope they let her come back because I thought she'd be in the top 3 or 4 at least. So another boo to the way they're scoring it this round, and once again the judges' scores are very arbitrary. They give 10s and 9s. I think it's the people they really like. Because Laura's photo really wasn't that good, and they gave, I think, her 2 9s, and then Rob actually gave her a 6 or something because it wasn't that good. But like, the scoring in this season is it's just dumb. I'd rather have the judges decide outright who gets to go home based on their knowledge of modeling, not based on popularity in social media. It's just not appropriate for this competition. And I'll keep saying that. So anyway, next week it looks like Yvonne's going to have a mental breakdown and snap at that cute little social media dude. And she's had a couple of attitude problems, so hopefully she'll be going home next because I'm shocked she's still there. And maybe Alyssa will go home because I don't know who she is. She's just blank to me. And maybe, I don't know. I don't know what else will happen. Now that Layla's out of the house, who will worship Laura? We don't know. So, till next Friday. Later.